Hello, everyone, and welcome to the One Conscious Love Network. I'm here with Karen. We met on Facebook, and now the alignment of the universe has connected us to meet today. Karen, please tell everyone who you are and how you shed your light in the world.
I am a conscious creator. I love connecting people. I love meeting people. I love hearing their stories. I'm very inspired. I like to walk the journey with people and help people to create what they would love. Yeah, and it's about gathering people together with a common aim, a common goal, in unity. And this is the links in with one consciousness, the one conscious love network, because I'm very heart led, and my my purpose in the world, I feel, is to create a better world, co-create a better world for us all. And it's whatever it is in the flow, but it's about unity consciousness and how we come together, leading with love in our own lives and that in others, and with a shared vision, really. I know there's so many people who have very similar visions to me about a new way forward,
Mhm.
because the paradigm we're living in at the moment isn't equal, it's not fair, and it feels like there are holes that are being plugged everywhere.
Mhm.
And it's about change. It's a time of change, and yeah, assisting others to thrive and shine.
That's so beautiful, Karen. What took you down this path? How did you find your way to that?
It's a long story, but I'll try and keep it brief. So,
Take your time.
how long I've got. So, I've always been quite sensitive all through my life as a child. And when I got to about 40 years old, I was really struggling with anxiety and depression. I was really burnt out. And I was on the verge of a near breakdown, which I call my breakthrough.
Mm.
So I went seeking answers. I couldn't function in the world. I was really struggling, and I felt very lost. So I started to receive some Reiki healing from my mum, who was training at the time, and I had a distance healing treatment from her, a remote treatment. I was in a real state of overwhelm on this particular day. She phoned me up, and I was in floods of tears, shaking uncontrollably. And she just said, "I'll send you some healing." And I had such a profound experience. I was like, "Oh, this isn't going to work. You're not even in the same room as me. How's this going to work?" I really discounted it. But what happened was so extraordinary. I had so many different sensations and experiences, but the most profound one was this anxiety. It was like a spiral going out, uh, coming out through my root, and this sense of complete peace and calm. And I
Mm.
slept for hours. And that was a point of transformation for me. And I decided I really need to know what this is about. I'm going to go and find it for myself. So I connected with a Reiki master. Her name's Jill Black, and I trained with her. But that was my first step on the path to working with energy. And so I went on to train in meditation, laughter, yoga, all different kinds of modalities. And in 2017, I experienced a spontaneous Kundalini awakening because I'd been
Mm.
meditating so much, working with all this energy, balancing the chakras, and I was obviously ready to attune to a higher consciousness. But the misunderstanding with Kundalini, everybody thinks it's blissful, it's amazing, and it can be. But what a lot of people don't realize is when Kundalini activates, it's a purification of the body. So it brings up all the shadow. So over the last 7 years, from that period up till now, actually 7 or 8 years, has been ups and downs. So lots of challenges with balancing out this energy. So it works on all levels, the physical, the emotional, the psychological, and the spiritual. And my path was very spiritual at this point. You know, I was seeking teachers, learning all kinds of different modalities, experiencing different healing modalities, trainings. So I was on this path of seeking. But what happened in 2017 is, I say, Kundalini ripped through me and ripped my life apart. So I lost my husband, my job, my house, and I'd had this vision 9 months prior to actually taking the action. So as I went through this awakening, had this vision, I'd never wanted to go to Southeast Asia. I saw myself and felt this real energetic pull to go to Cambodia and Vietnam and Thailand. And then 9 months later, this opportunity presented itself at the perfect time. I was working with a coach named Dave Bierman, and he'd been doing some work with me. And he said to me, "Oh, there's a laughter yoga tour happening in Cambodia and Vietnam," and it was just the perfect sign. So I took the action. It was a big leap. There was no Karen at this point. It's like Karen's identity had dropped out, and I was consciousness first, energy first. So this was all happening through me, and I was observing this. Obviously, my mind was coming in and out, and I was getting into the personality. But yeah, 9 months later, I found myself on an aeroplane. My house sold, and off I went. And I should have only gone for 2.5 months, but I ended up going for 5.5 months. So this was an exploration for me to go and experience so much. I was learning about the challenges in the world, some of the really dark things that were happening in the world, but also the communities that were created. And I spent about a month in a conscious community in Thailand, where I trained in heart-based tantra. And that was such a transformational experience. It was a lot of shedding and ripping out of my old programs, and it was an amazing experience. But when I came back to the UK, I found it hard to integrate that because the energy in the UK is very different. I felt like I was pulled back into this contracted consciousness, but I wasn't the same. So yeah, I've kind of been a little bit nomadic over my time, spending time in Ireland and Spain, living in Shropshire for a little bit. So I've traveled around, and I feel like I've been on like a bit of a sabbatical, really, like a life university. So everything I needed to learn and be shown and experience directly came to me, because my intuition was really heightened. I'd have visions of things, I'd have insights, lots of intuition guiding me to people, places, situations. So I see myself as a connector. The modern word would be networker, but it was all for a greater purpose. So in 2020, when the world shut down, there was a program that became available online called Create Your Destiny. And it was free because William Whitecloud couldn't fly into the UK. So he created it online and he was testing it. So I suppose we were like his beta testers. And I met Catherine, who I'm staying with in Spain. And she had this vision of a platform called The Way. So for the last 5 years, we've been creating a community vision platform with a pledge pot. So we share our stories to inspire others. And if you have a vision, it's like an online vision board where people can talk about visions for their future, things that they would love to create, but also people who have already created things in the world can share how they did it. So people don't have to reinvent the wheel, and they can take the path of least resistance. So any challenges that have come up, people can work through these. And we plan on it being a global platform. and connecting people and bringing people together to create a better world. And it's heart led. So the pledge pot came about. It was about giving and receiving with love, and you can pledge wishes. You can state your wishes, but you can also pledge resources, skills, your time, anything that can assist people. So it's like a big sharing pot, really. And it's really a mechanism as well to co-create a better world for everyone. And we can share our stories on there about how we are doing this and how we've done this and what our next steps are. But there are other elements to this. So this is just one of the projects that I'm involved in. I'm part of part of a team, three founding members, Jazz, Virgie, and I. This is in my hometown of Leek. We've created a community space for people to come and have a place of peace, which we call Shambhala. And we've had some amazing speakers. While we've only been open since April, so we're still growing. But I'm very community led, involved with lots of communities. So I've been involved with one small town as well as a coordinator. And I've just found an amazing product which helps people to detoxify their bodies from forever chemicals, plastics, all kinds of things that shouldn't be in our bodies, but we make choices, and things, our water's not pure, the air's not pure. So this product draws those toxins out of the body. And Dr. Robert O. Young, who wrote the book The pH Miracle, he's developed this over the last few years, and I actually feel there's nothing like it on the planet. And I see it as a solution to so many issues that people are experiencing right now in the world, to detoxify things that shouldn't be in the body. So we are helping to share that out into the world to help people to elevate into a higher consciousness, because it's got a vibration in it, which attunes the cells, and the particles are so small that they go right into the cells, and it helps to expand our consciousness. So through that, it's like having a purification. Well, it is having a purification. So there's so many amazing things that I'm coming into contact with. It's just so amazing. So my days are just like so different, and I'm doing so many things, and my purpose is about elevating consciousness, to expand consciousness, to shift consciousness. And I've just been trained in something called Q-RIT. My friend Lorraine Keeling, who is a Q-RIT master, she was trained by Luke Scott III, who created this. He received it in a conscious streaming, what we call a download. And he developed this modality, if you want to call it a modality, which is very simple, but it is working in the quantum field to help to shift consciousness. So I'm passionate about people learning this and experiencing this, because we are in a time of quickening where consciousness is expanding, and we are going through a massive shift in our consciousness as humans right now. I see that. I've experienced it myself, and it can be quite challenging to integrate these energies and balance. And sometimes I can feel expanded and not in the world. I can feel like I'm in another dimension or something, and feel very ungrounded. So yeah, I'm learning a lot, experiencing a lot, seeing the world as it really is, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as they say.
Right.
I'm here to be a truth speaker with love, not to put any fear, but to bring it to light, to help transform it through the heart. And sometimes that means speaking, walking your talk, and being seen fully, and expressing that, which can be like walking, a bit of a fine line sometimes,
Yeah.
because not everybody wants to look at the shadow that's in the world.
That's so beautiful, Karen. We'll have to put all your links in the comments so it's easy for
Thank you.
people to find your information. Such a beautiful journey and path that you're on. I love it. A question
I'm
I always
desperate.
ask everyone is, what is one conscious love to you?
One conscious love. It's pure oneness. It's going into that unity where everything is interconnected, but it isn't just from intellectual knowing. It's a state of being, it's embodiment where you feel it, you don't even think it. It's merging with everything, and it's like the dance, the play within the energy of everything. And it can feel really blissful. And sometimes my heart expands so much. I have
Mm,
these floods of tears of joy. But with that, I am fully in the flow and creating, and it's such a beautiful journey. And I love to I love to connect with people who are in this energy,
mm,
who see the world as I do, and it's like meeting myself. You know what I mean?
mhm. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that, Karen. I love it. We're going to put all your links in the comments. I hope you'll be back at the One Conscious Love Network because, as you know, we host regular events and would love to have you again in collaborations in the future. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank
much for
you.
your time and sharing so generously your story with us.
Oh, I'd love to write my book one day. I keep planning to. I've had this book, but the story hasn't finished and it's ongoing. But at some point, the book will be written.
Yes, it will be great. I look forward to reading it.
Thank
Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you, everyone,
you.
for watching.